Let's do this, y'all. Let's get out of bed. Hey, it's Yolanda at Dryerbuzz. Happy Mother's Day to all as I grab my journal. Hopefully, you guys got your journal or get a journal for Mother's Day. And I love the fact that as I turn to a blank page, that there are so many pages that we have written on that I am utilizing this because actually the journal that I'm using for this podcast, I've had it for a while. And when I started using it for this, I saw that, I've taken little pages out and put them places because it was just such a huge book. I was like, who's gonna do that much writing? And so I never really used it because it wasn't anything that I could carry anywhere. Even though I have purses that I could have put this in, I was like, this is really kind of big, and it just seemed like a momentous task every time I would like pull it out to try to write, and come up with ideas, and I'm like, it would just overwhelm me, and that's one of the reasons why I never really used this particular journal. But I love it for this because I get to sit here with my devices, and as I have ideas, and I can come up with it. And I had a word. I literally had a word. Let me think. What was the word for the day? Yeah, I really just had it. Confirmation. Confirmation. I didn't want to lose it. And let me write that down. Confirmation. I'm gonna put that down at the top because I think we are so far into this thing that we have confirmation on so much. Let me get organized here a bit. I can put the phone over there since I'm using the headset and the other device here. If you are catching this as a podcast or a replay, we record them live, particularly on a number of platforms, but most of the engagement right now is on Periscope. And we put a couple of alternative locations in case that platform doesn't work. So you already know anywhere you go, use the hashtag Dryerbuzz, and you can see if we're live, if we're on demand. You could drop your phone, you could pick up your remote and watch and listen to this and all the content that we do on your Amazon Fire Stick, your Apple TV, all of those different things. Now, I know people are saying that Zuckerberg is getting a little bit upset about us talking about everything, but Zuckerberg needs to know he'll be the first to be dropped. Okay, coming for what's happening in this world of ours. For those of us that want to live beyond walls and barriers, Zuckerberg has always been that prison of a platform, and I'm alive over there right now. But it just comes to listening and not wanting to control everything. So I'm gonna let him fight that war. But for those other platforms that really embrace what content creators are really doing and bringing, thank you, thank them, and so forth. And Periscope looked like it might even want to act. And I know it's not Periscope; it's me. It's user error. Again, I'm got a little bit of a storm thing going on. Our internet seems to be changing and so forth. If you're coming in and going out, you can't get a connection. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not ready to get out of bed to go and figure out what's going on. I'm not ready to get out of bed and go and relocate to another space. And so what I'm going to do is go ahead and have this conversation, and then we'll catch you guys on the comments and in the replay and so forth. But confirmation, like that's confirmation that something else needs to be done. You got to fix this thing but I told you guys coming into this season that we're in that season where things are going to change, rapidly change. Nothing is going to, you're not going to wake up and it's the same, it's the same, it's the same, it's the same. People are experimenting, businesses, companies, organizations, individuals. This is the time to experiment. People are branching out and so forth, trying new things and making themselves comfortable, even at our expenses and all those kinds of things. But, you don't get lost in the fray if you have your own agenda, if you have your own deeds you want to get done, if you have your own hope, your own dreams, your own, aspirations, because a lot of times those are the things that keep you from worrying about everybody else. Those are the things that keep you from being bogged down with what's going on over there, over there. It's like as long as you know how to propel yourself forward, confirmation is out there for you doing that. You getting that confirmation. And the thing about it is sometimes we'll get the confirmation over and over and over and over and over. Confirmation, if it's not the right thing for you, confirmation will keep coming. If it's the right thing for you, confirmation will keep coming. Everywhere you turn, there's going to be confirmation. Because if you even wonder about something, have you ever noticed that you see something, you're like, man, I just was thinking about that. How many times a day do you say, I was just thinking about that? Because what you need to understand is we are one with our universe, right? I'm one of millions, billions of people waking up right now. And this, in my mind, there's this little angel that comes around and shakes us all and brings us out of that other realm into this. And I love my sleep realm. I got some good things going on in my sleep realm, okay? And sometimes I be like, sometimes I get in that blurred line of sleep and wake, and they start to cross over and all that kind of thing. First of all, also, let me pause y'all and put out into the universe that my son has amazing safe travels today as he is venturing across the pond and all that other good stuff. I'm really excited for him, just watching him navigate this course that he's on. Just absolutely amazing. I'm just in awe, and so thankful. We didn't get to spend this last day together because mommy had Michelle Obama tickets at a gift from a friend, and so I was there. But the day before we had our little moment, I made a lasagna and all that kind of stuff. But still, you go through that mommy thing where I wish I was sitting on the tarmac at the airport with him to send him off. But I've had so many opportunities, and this is me telling myself, girl, you don't have so many opportunities sending this boy off. It's like, and at this point, he's kind of a grown man, and he is venturing out into the world. No, he's not even, he's so part of the world, y'all. I wish I could have that kind of vision. And as I say that, I get a text from him, Happy Mother's Day. See what I said? Confirmation, y'all. Comfort right there I'm about to go in my mommy moment and try to find something wrong with the fact that I am not at the airport with my son. One, he's a grown ass man. You can't be at the airport with him. He's not that little 17-year-old that you took to the airport and sent off to basic training. He's been in. He is at a point where he literally was having a conversation the other day about retirement. I'm like, dude, you ain't been in but X amount of years, and I don't want to put all his business out there. But in that time, he's had opportunities. It's like, listen, his bucket list is insane, right? His works read like a superhero, right? Like, look, girl, that's what you raised, right? And so I'm talking about, and here I am. I'm like, man, trying to find because mommy guilt, parent guilt. I'm gonna say parent guilt, fellas. I'm not gonna leave y'all out because some of y'all are doing some amazing things as parents. As parents, that parent guilt, right? It's like it's hard. It's hard. It's like, look, girl, you old, he's grown. Chill. Hey, good morning, Glory. So even as I sit there and I'm like, probably shouldn't even be doing this podcast. I should be doing one of those flying to the airport, running to the gate. Don't leave. And then what do I get? I get confirmation, a text that says Happy Mother's Day, which lets me know, number one, he's alive. Number two, he's good. Number three, he ain't mad. But like I said, we had our sit on the couch, let's chill, chat moment, and found out all these amazing things that he's getting ready to do. Confirmation is everywhere. Good morning as everybody comes in. Confirmation. If you're doing the wrong thing, confirmation. If you're doing the right thing, confirmation. And I was wondering, and I'm being a big girl trying to wake up and all these things are going on. I'm like, you know what? That's not for you to handle. That's something I have had to tell myself. I'm going to write that down. That's not for you to handle. Because I have had to tell myself that that's not for you to handle. And I know I've never written anything down that long. That's not for you to handle. Especially as women, I have to add that, there's a couple, I don't like disclaimers. I don't like disclaimers. But I do love follow-up, right? And let me tell y'all, as a woman that I am, sometimes I have to say, especially as women, because we have to kind of quantify this thing, right? Qualify. Is it qualified? Quantified. Especially for women. Sometimes I have to even go so far as to say, and for color girls, because there's a lot of things that go on in this world that they don't take into all the parameters that we have as colored girls. All right, for those of us women of color, right? For color girls, so I'm like, okay, I love what you're saying. That's all grand and all that, but for color girls, And then, because sometimes look, we have parameters on this thing, right? This thing called life. But I need confirmation. There's nothing wrong with getting your confirmation, as long as you're not always seeking the confirmation not to do something. Because y'all get bogged down in that. Oh, I shouldn't do this. Why not? And then you come up. You got all this. Like yesterday, we were in a conversation on line, and we were talking about the whole thing, the Aisha Curry, the red table talk kind of stuff, and some people had started a side conversation about some of the conversations that go on in the red table talk group. They have a page where they show all the videos, but there's also a group, and and a friend of mine on Facebook, friend, had the same kind of perception I had of this group. Like, are these like really real conversations, or are these just like some baited conversations? And I told her, I said, well, sometimes I have had to go and check a person's profile to see if it's a real person or if these some of Zuckerberg's bots, just trying to milk the group, or is it, because I know this thing is all about data, right? I was like, because it seemed like some of them were kind of repetitive, and you really in your mind go, is there a woman out there really asking this kind of question? Because I'm like, why don't you ask your mother, your aunts, your sisters, your circle, and all those kinds of things? And believe it or not, there are, and we especially know this to be the case for men, okay? That a lot of times people don't go to their circle. They don't go to what's close to them. They don't go to their mother. They don't go to their grandmothers, their aunts, and all this kind of thing. And then we have to also understand there are people that don't have all of that. And so, and they want to have these discussions amongst strangers or with their tribe. They're trying to tribe up over these different conversations and topics. And some of the things they ask, you just wonder how a person got to be an adult. But we know so many adults. How many adults do you know around here still walking around as that 10-year-old, 12-year-old, 15-year-old, wherever their trauma happened, that's where they are, because we know for a fact trauma knows no time. And some people get hung up and caught up there. You come and ask me some things, I'm going to dive right back into 2014. I'm going right back there. Okay? I'm just saying. That's something, it's clear as day. That's when all of this stuff began. And not even began, that's when I was made aware of it. And think about that, guys. There are things that are going on. We all have to deal with our own stuff, but then we're made aware of things, and then and it's such a startling thing that moment freezes itself in time, and we get frozen in that time, and everything else is like like they say. AD, everything there's AD after death, after Jesus died. It's like, whoa, okay, this thing is serious, So we all have those moments where, oh, it was post this, after that, like post Obama. Got a chance yesterday, if I haven't said it already, and one of the reasons I want to talk about confirmation is, you saw us do the Michelle Obama podcast leading up to Michelle Obama's arrival in Atlanta. No, but I don't care how many clips you've seen online. I don't care how many people, whatever. I don't care if you are not there. It is such a moment to witness. I'm not going to say you're going to miss it, because I know everybody can't be there. I most certainly was not about to be there, except I was invited into this amazing circle of women to go, and I was like, oh my God, it was everything. It was confirmation on so many levels, and confirmation for whatever people needed. You could just, the amen choir, and it wasn't even like an amen choir, it was confirmation. Everybody got a little piece of confirmation for whatever they were thinking. And not all the confirmation came from Michelle Obama or Gayle King. And I don't want to put it all on them. And I want to put that savior mentality on them. Being in the room, or I know for my group, it was us pushing through, because we were like, hey, we made it out of the house. We pushed through. We did this. We've mostly known each other online or in limited circles, having crossed paths, knowing that we keep crossing paths. Let's go ahead and tribe up over something. Angela and I have done a couple of things together, but then to come together and talk on this podcast about Becoming Michelle Obama, the book, and then to find out that we have even more things in common, that sameness, which Michelle Obama talked about. So as soon as we did the first podcast, that was confirmation. Oh, we need to do this up until we go to this event. And then we got confirmation that, oh, this podcast can't stop. This is something, we enjoy this, we need this, others need it, and so forth. And the same thing with how to get out of bed. It's like, there are days when It really feeds my spirit. I get sleep. It's in the feedback. And the feedback from How to Get Out of Bed has been absolutely awesome. Because I was like, you're really going to do something 7 days a week. And I'm like, as long as you don't put if you don't put that all that on it, like don't say it. It was like, well, no, I can't imagine doing anything 7 days a week. I don't have that kind of commitment. But guess what I'm going to do, hopefully each and every day that I have? I'm going to do what? I'm going to wake up. Okay, you're going to wake up. Well, before you get out of bed, why not drop 10 or 15 minutes here? And sometimes we have sat here for hours. We had 15 minutes as I say this. And sometimes there have been times like on Mondays when everybody's like starting out that week and needing some Monday motivation and some inspiration. We've gone 2 hours, right? And sometimes I'm like trying to get 10 minutes out. Y'all, I don't have. It's one of those days I don't even have 10 minutes. Somebody else let me just read the comments. I don't know. I don't know what to write. I don't know what to say. Listen, confirmation. Confirmation is everything, y'all. And you get your confirmation based on what you subscribe to. If it's spirituality, I don't know, whatever you subscribe to, how many of you want confirmation? Sometimes people don't even want confirmation, and I see people that just go, it's another day, it's another day. They just do it. They robotic about it. I got to do this, I got to do that. And they don't have. It's nothing beyond that, right? They're not seeking any kind of confirmation for anything. And they look at you like you crazy. Like, why? You want to write a book? Why? Who's going to read it? Why? Why'd you post it? Why are we talking about this? Those people. You know who they are, though. Why is this live? Why are you recording this? I'm like, listen, why are you breathing? How did you get out of bed, right? And there are days I have gotten out of bed completely on the wrong side of the bed. And I'm like, okay, you need to go back, try it again. And sometimes you literally have to physically get your buns back in that bed and try it again. And I feel like I just got so sleepy right now trying to do whatever that personality was. It took everything out of me. Now I got to figure out a way to get back chipper. But confirmation, y'all. And I didn't write. I haven't written down a lot of stuff, and I said I wasn't gonna be on long because I didn't. I looked at my phone. I'm like, I'm not even charging it up. I'm not gonna put any kind of battery on there. 17 minutes, and I'm tired from even looking at the timestamp on this thing. But confirmation. Lots of confirmation yesterday, being able to, and you know what? Before I went to the Michelle Obama book, if you follow me online, you saw I also posted 2 amazing videos where young people were given scholarships. And yesterday, if you check back in the timeline, you're like, oh my God, this is good. She has more. Let me go listen to the day before. If you listen to the one for the day before, I had to literally jump up out of bed because I woke up right before I got ready to do the podcast. I hadn't heard from a friend of mine who has an amazing organization that she founded in the memory of her late husband, who has only been gone or transitioned or passed within the last probably 4 years, 5 years. It may be 5 years at this point because I think she and I met like maybe 4 years ago. And it was brand new at that time. And so she started, in his memory, an organization to continue something that was very important to him, and that was assisting and helping and encouraging young people to go on to further their education. So she started a scholarship fund. What I love about it is she raises the money. She has a couple of events that she does. She raises the money, but she also depends on, other people making contributions and so forth. And all of that goes into these scholarships. And so when she gives the families the scholarship, she doesn't have, and I know a lot of people do this, so I'm not trying to throw any shade, but I'm saying that you should rethink what you're doing. Because I'll tell you, and I'm going to give you a parallel story to this. So, she has, on the day of giving the scholarship, she does kind of this ambush thing. I call it the ambush just because I love the word ambush. Like, it's like showing up to them and giving them this blessing. There's no, scholarship dinner where people have to go buy tickets and all that. She does have a fundraiser. She has a symposium, which is where educators come together and have a conversation. And then she has a food tasting where people in the community come and they get to enjoy this great night of international food. And then she has a couple other things does the crowdfunding and all of that, and that is to raise, and then also businesses. She asked for businesses to make the pledge of creating an individual scholarship in her husband's name and so forth, and some of them step to the table to do that. So it may range between three to five, three, four, five. I think the goal is to try to add an additional scholarship each year, and so she's giving them out. We not ran into each other, but I went to a networking event that she has on First Friday with a partner of hers, and she was saying it's time to give the scholarships. And while I've been a supporter of the organization, she's like, my board has to be, I don't have any, she didn't have anybody this year to help her go out and award the scholarships, and I've done it with her a year or two before, and I said, so she told me about it, and I said, well, yeah, okay, and then I was like, oh wait, that's Mother's Day weekend, it's Michelle Obama's, there's a lot going on. And then she says, well, I'm just going to, meet one or two at their school and in a couple places in the, neighborhood or whatever. And I was like, okay, so I said, well, let me know the details or let's get together this week, And that whole meeting thing, sometimes when you try to do it, like, I don't really like meetings. It's like, no, let's just do it. We have each other's attention right now. Let's go ahead and figure out what to do. So we didn't. We did what I said we shouldn't do. Is like we tried to do a meeting and didn't get a chance to do it. So yesterday I woke up and I was like, oh wait, it's scholarship day. So I texted her. I said, what did you have planned? Because we hadn't had a chance to hook up. And then she said, oh, we're going to meet one at the high school and one at the conference center. And I said, okay. And so she said at 9, and it was like 8:38, y'all. She said 9, it was 8:38, and I was like, oh man, I got to do my podcast. All these things started to come in. But then you know what? I was typing all the reasons why I couldn't go, and I decided delete all that, and I just put I'm on my way. On my way. I didn't say I was like on my way. I jumped out of bed, ran to the confidence corner. As you all know, I keep a confidence corner, meaning if I ever have to run out for news breaking or anything like that, I have this corner of things that I can wear for all occasion, right? So I grabbed something, I didn't have time to do my hair. I grabbed my hat, thanks that I have this great trucker's hat from AIB Nation. Shout out to AIB Nation, and I'm cleaner longer thanks to Natural Soap by Zakia. And literally, I only had to go 3 miles, 3 minutes from the house. So I grabbed the camera and all that. Not a lot of equipment. I grabbed the camera, the selfie stick, my Go stick, and my phone, devices and all that. Because I'm always prepared in that moment. I'm like, how can you keep telling people you're always prepared, but you never do it? And I always do it. It's not that I never do it. It's like, this is what you do. You jump out of bed, you go be of assistance, right? And so I got there, captured amazing video and photos and different things like that. And the story of this whole thing and to hear her, because what she does, the students don't know, they apply, but they don't get, like, they don't find out they get the scholarship until she's putting the money in their hands. And I mean, literally, like the check in their hands. They're like, whoa, I won. And so, but then I get to witness her telling them the story of her husband and how important education was to him. And a reason why that particular day, May the 11th, is the day that he graduated. But he also he fell ill or it's tied to his illness. The day is tied to their trauma as well. And so to see that young student, to know that attached to this scholarship is the hope that you would continue some of the work that he did. And let me tell y'all, knowing and working with youth the way I have, when you give them that kind of confirmation, because you're talking about a young student that has made a decision to, one, going off to school, departing from their family, finding something that they want to do in life, and then to win a scholarship. The scholarship is confirmation. These young people haven't chosen their school, haven't chosen a path, and then here comes a scholarship. That's another form. That's a great form of confirmation, right? Whoa, you're doing this in the name of your husband. He did something that I want to do with my life, and you're going to sow into what I want to do. Confirmation. And I know we're all out here looking for confirmation. I was looking for confirmation to stay in the bed. But I was like, no, that's not what you do. Go and help. And not only that, it took 10 minutes. I was back home within just, hanging out and coming on back. it's less than 45 minutes. Guess what? I did a podcast in the car on the way there. I'm like, guys, I only have a few minutes to talk to you. I'm on my way. I had to get out of bed, and I think yesterday, and as a matter of fact, I didn't get to write down. I didn't get to put in the journal. And let me write that down. I'm gonna put day before I'm put it on the other side. Show up. That's what yesterday's was. As I was on my way there, I said today was about show up, how to show up. You get out of bed when you want to show up for yourself or want to show up for somebody else. That's what we talked about yesterday. And then here I am a day later talking about confirmation. Because showing up, while I was showing up for her, it was confirmation for me that girl, you got skills. Because at the end of the day, I had not one, not two, but three amazing stories. Two on the scholarship, four. I can continue. One because I myself was a story. It's like I could have woke up in what kind of mind is spirit, but I woke up with this again with the spirit to serve. I grabbed my equipment, ran out of here, and served, and then have two stories of these young people who got their scholarships yesterday, their stories, and then to come back and then to be able to chill on the couch and rest up a little bit, and then go see Michelle Obama. Confirmation, y'all. You better have something that you are living for, because that's what you're living for, and so. Then on top of that, to be able to send her the photos and the video, and then I took two of the little snippets of the video, two very short snippets, because stories, how stories work online. I took two very short snippets for her to put on the Snapchat and all that of just the two people saying thank you, and it was just a tiny word about getting their scholarship, and it encompassed their surprise, because they were absolutely surprised. The young man who was told that his family, they were like, we're gonna go take some more graduation pictures. He was like, well, how many more graduation pictures can we take? But here's a young man who for him, guess what? He didn't meet all the criteria, but he had a level of service in his application that they just could not deny. They were like, man, he's off just a little bit on one count of the categories. But they were like, but look at the weight on the other ones. We've got to change this thing around, because there are people that are deserving of this. And then you show up with you became his confirmation that he knows. Because a lot of our young people, they know it's like, oh, wait, here's what I want to do. Oh, wait, I wasted a little bit of time. Oh, man, I should have gave this a little bit more. I should have did that. You don't want that to happen to a young, especially at a young age like that. And because we all go through it in life. We go through it each and every day. There are things that I want to do. I would love to do right now. But it's like, wait, I didn't take that path. I didn't dot that I. I didn't cross that T. And it keeps you out of it, right? And remember, I've said, hell, I might not be able to go in this door, but that one over there looks like it's a little bit cracked. Can I squeeze through? Who's going to challenge me if I try to go through? Who's going to challenge you if you go? Guess what? Open that door. Even if it feels like it's locked, just twist the handle. Because a lot of times, even if it's locked, have you ever tried to open a locked door or closed door, and somebody even hear it jingling just a little bit, and they come and they push it on open for you? Confirmation, y'all. There's confirmation. There is confirmation. And I think that was it. I think that sounded so good. I really want to stop right there. But if you haven't gotten your confirmation yet, go and be confirmation today for somebody else. Get out of bed. There's the battery warning right there. I knew it was coming. If you can, go and be somebody. Yesterday, I wanted to be somebody else's confirmation. I didn't get up thinking what's in it for me. I didn't say, oh, let me run and do this for her because something's in it for me. Even though I got some great content, and I'm always thinking content. I'm always preoccupied. I always, hear me when I say this, I am always preoccupied about content, right? Even yesterday at the Michelle Obama event, I'm like, I'm all in the content. And I was like, let me put this phone down and get in this moment. Let me put this phone down and get in this moment, right? No more blogging. Everybody on my timeline like, girl, why don't you just leave it on and da-da-da-da? Because they said, don't record the entire event. You better enjoy those clips. But I needed to be in the moment. I needed to be in present with the women that had invited me. And I was looking for my own confirmation. But it was absolutely awesome and amazing. If you're thinking about it, I don't know. I think it's on the tail end of it. But if you can go. If you can send somebody, send somebody. If you can take somebody, take somebody. It is absolutely awesome and amazing. And one of the things we said, we did a little bit of a podcast on it last night, and you'll see that in the timeline. We talked about this Michelle Obama right here. We did not get any of this Michelle Obama. We saw her survive and overcome it all and so forth. But the conversation she's having right now is so open, so honest. From the book to the stage to everything that she is right now is so awesome and so amazing. And it is absolute confirmation, especially for women and particularly for colored girls. But really for everybody because she is that person and such an anointing is on her life, and she's so respectful of that. Because there are a lot of people who could have lived this life and could go on. There are people who with far less have done far less, are far more unworthy, and think and will shut everybody out. The way that she embraces all is confirmation that this, because there's somebody out there right now wondering why you, how you, why them, all that. Those people are there. Don't think that they're not around us and in our midst, right? You trying to tell them something good happened to you, and they looking at you like, well, why you, right? That they're there. But to this person right here, if you ever wonder why them, why her, honey, that is an anointing. That is an anointing. That is an absolute anointing. It was particularly meant for them. And I love that of course, little videos and snippets that they play. And she talked about being that her husband was one of 45 presidents. Her family was one of 45 first families, but they will always forever be the first black family. See, qualify this thing, y'all. Qualify and go get your company. Let me write that down. Qualify. I got to put that down there because sometimes we have to qualify because people are out here trying to qualify us at every level. Somebody's trying to qualify you. Why her? Why him? Why them? Why this? Why? All that. Let me write that down. Why? Right? People always, I didn't write down much because I was just talking. People always trying to qualify and quantify. Let's put that on there too. Because sometimes trying to quantify something, you miss the confirmation. Asking why, you miss the confirmation. Trying to qualify it, you miss the confirmation. That's not for you to handle, you miss the confirmation. Trying to handle something that is not even for you to handle. It is something that you just been blessed with, and you trying to handle it, you miss the confirmation. I'm going to hit the stop button, and that's going to be your confirmation for today. Because this podcast is done, and we're going to do what we do best, and that is get out of bed. But I always need one more favor before I go. Two more favors. One, I need you to go to Natural Soap by Zakia. If you want to feel cleaner longer, if you want many more reasons to get, how about luxuriating in the whipped soap and then going to bed? How about waking up and you want to go take that nice hot shower and get your day started? Something you want a product you can use from head to toe, right? Confirmation is, let me tell you, I use it. I've loved it for the past 3 years, and I said, Zakia, it's time for us to partner on this thing, get this thing going. I need your support on how to get out of bed, the podcast. And she said, Yolanda, listen, I know you know everything about Buzz. I'm down. Listen, I said, but I need something for my people. All right. I need for the Dryerbuzz fans, Dryerbuzz readers, we need confirmation on this thing. I need a discount code for my folk. So if you go to Natural Soap by Zakia, Zakia, and you put in your discount.com, put in your discount code Dryerbuzz, you're gonna save 10%. You're gonna save 10% on all your soap products, and you're gonna love it. You're gonna save 10%. Good morning, hey Swagger, I'm getting ready to hit the stop button, but you're gonna enjoy this replay. And I know you love the replays and the shares because you like to fast forward and all that kind of stuff. That's why the replays are so good. You can go back like, wait, what did she say? Take it on back or take it forward and catch the comments and stuff. But please, guys, and listen, I don't even have to say, I don't even have to ask because the confirmation is those are from the first moment I mentioned that Natural Soap by Zakia became a supporter of How to Get Out of Bed. You guys place orders, and I watched her ship your orders just yesterday. I watched her make your product, package your shipping, and you're gonna get your soap and in about a couple of days you guys are gonna be saying Dryerbuzz. I ordered that lemon. And I know many of you ordered my favorite product, which is the 4-pack sampler, because you want to try all the soap, right? I love how you all support each other, because that's what this thing is about. That's what this thing is about. And if you don't, you are not going to get the confirmation you need. That is the confirmation. So, and there are those that have always, they lurk on my broadcast. I've lurked on this. And then when you go to them, you talk about, we need to work together. And they like, look at you like you're crazy. You know, it happens. Remember I said, there's two kinds to all, there's two sides to all this stuff, right? There are those that I have known. I mean, and I've only known Zakia. We met each other once. She did come to Atlanta for a conference, but most of this is done online. Done online, in DM, on the phone, and all those kinds of things, right? She is an amazing person. But that's confirmation why her business is working out the way it is, because it's another one of those confirmations and another anointing. And so when I pitched to her, because I told y'all I am pitching everything. And I can't tell you how many no's I get a day. I'll get back to you, or flat out no, that's not for us. No, I don't understand. No, we've never done that. You know, you might not have ever done it, but you will one day want to. I'm just going to tell you, confirmation, right? And so, but please go. Now, I don't even have to say please, because I know y'all probably already over there at naturalsoapbyzakia.com. Try any product, use the code Dryerbuzz and save 10%. And she will support the How to Get Out of Buzz podcast. All right, guys, I'm going to do, one more favor. So just do me one more favor.
Go now to Dryerbuzz.com and follow @Dryerbuzz on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. It's all about